Choosing a final year project. It's got to be one of the most stressful parts of university life, right? It's this one huge decision that can pretty much shape your entire year. But what if AI could step in and act as your personal advisor, cutting through all that noise to find the perfect fit for you? Well, today we're going to break down a system that was designed to do exactly that.
You've been there, I've been there, we've all been there, staring at a massive list of options and feeling completely frozen, just paralyzed by choice. For university students, this moment hits hard when it's time to pick that all-important final year project. The pressure is seriously on to choose something that's not only interesting, but also something you can actually finish and, something that's going to look good.
And while this feeling of being totally overwhelmed is a very real problem, especially for information technology students at the University of Colombo. Their final year project is supposed to be this amazing capstone experience, but the path to just picking the right topic, it's filled with roadblocks.
First off, students are just drowning in potential topics, and a lot of them don't even match the skills they already have. On top of that, they often haven't had much exposure to really cool, cutting-edge fields like AI or cybersecurity. And then, even if they find an idea they love, they have to try and find a faculty supervisor whose expertise actually lines up with their passion. It's a mess, and it leads to delays, lost motivation, and frankly, weaker projects.
Okay, so to tackle this exact problem, researchers at the university developed a solution, a personalized digital advisor. It's called the Personalized Project Recommendation System, or PPRS for short.
The core idea here is actually pretty simple, but it's really powerful. The PPRS is a smart platform that looks at who you are as a student, your grades, the programming languages you know, your personal interests, and then it generates a custom-tailored list of project ideas that are hopefully a perfect fit for you.
And using it is as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, you just build your profile. Simple enough. Second, the system's AI engine does all the heavy lifting and spits out a personalized list of recommendations. And third, you save your favorites to talk about with a human advisor. And that's a super important point. It doesn't replace advisors. It makes their job easier and their conversations with you way more productive.
So, how does it actually come up with these smart suggestions? This is where it gets really cool. The system isn't just matching a few keywords, it's using a pretty sophisticated two-part approach to find the absolute best recommendations.
All right, so it uses two main styles. The first is called content-based filtering. The easiest way to think about this is like Netflix. It looks at your profile and says, hey, because you're interested in AI, you'll probably like this project about machine learning. Makes sense, right? The second is collaborative filtering, which is much more like Amazon. It finds other students with academic profiles similar to yours and suggests projects that they thought were interesting.
But here's the secret sauce. The PPRS doesn't just pick one or the other. It uses a hybrid model, blending both methods together. And this is so key, because it gets rid of the weaknesses of each approach on its own. It leads to suggestions that aren't just relevant, but are also diverse and sometimes even pleasantly surprising.
The system is even fine-tuned with a specific recipe. It puts a 70% emphasis on your personal profile. That's the content-based part, and a 30% emphasis on what similar students liked. This makes sure that the recommendations are, above all, tailored directly to you. So, the theory sounds great, but did it actually help students in the real world? The development team put the PPRS to the test with a group of 30 final year students. Let's get into the results, because this is where it gets really interesting.
First up, relevance. Did the suggestions actually make sense for the students? Well, on a scale of 1 to 5, the average relevance score was an impressive 4.2. That's a huge win. It shows the system was really hitting the mark and giving people genuinely useful ideas.
Okay, next, usability. Was the system a pain to use? Not at all. It scored a 78 on the system usability scale. Now, for context, the industry average is about a 68. So this thing wasn't just smart, it was also super intuitive and easy for students to navigate.
And here it is. This is the headline result for me. A whopping 82% of the students who used the system cut their project selection time by more than half. Just think about that. That's a massive efficiency gain, freeing up weeks of agonizing and reducing a ton of stress.
But it's not just about the numbers, right? The personal feedback tells a really powerful story too. One student said, quote, "The system helped me discover areas I hadn't considered." This shows the PPRS isn't just a filter, it's a tool for actual discovery. It's opening doors for students.
The success of this prototype is really just the beginning. The team is already looking ahead, dreaming up ways to make this personalized guidance even more powerful and weave it right into the student experience.
For instance, they're planning to hook it up to the university's main learning platform, so profiles get updated automatically. They're also looking at using natural language processing to scan resumes for even deeper insights. And they're thinking bigger, too. What about using it to match students for group projects, or even scoring a project's feasibility based on what lab equipment the university actually has? The potential here is just enormous.
And that kind of brings us to the big picture, doesn't it? This system gives us a fascinating peek into what the future of education could look like, a future where guidance is no longer one-size-fits-all, but hyper-personalized. It really makes you wonder, what if every single part of our academic journey, from choosing classes to finding a mentor, was this smart, this data-driven, and this empowering? Just think about what that could unlock for students everywhere.